going to go to Munster, the Munster Senior Football Championship Quarter Finals. And we'll start with the Tipperary champions, who got revenge on the team that knocked them out of the Munster Club Championship last season. So this one is Clonmel Commercials 2-7, Newcastlewest 6 points. Revenge for Clonmel Commercials for last year's defeat at a similar stage. A second-minute goal from Sean O'Connor helped them to get off to the perfect start. They got sweet revenge for last year's surprise defeat.
Yeah, and it was a very good win for Clonmel, in fairness. But what shocked me really was Newcastlewest actually. I think Peter McGarry got a black card on 21 minutes, and Newcastlewest actually did score in that time. So, and as a matter of fact, Clonmel scored 1 point through Kevin Fahey, and that was the main thing out of this game. The Newcastlewest couldn't take advantage of that, and the goals were massive. Sean O'Connor gave them, as you said there, after 2 minutes, gave them a stranglehold in the game to get over the line. But Newcastlewest, I know Ian Corbett was missing through a hamstring injury. Cian Sheehan did not play in this game. I know he was in the crowd in the Limerick final, but he didn't play because of his travels. He might have just got back to Australia, but I don't know. But incredible really from Newcastlewest to perform the way they did up until a certain point without those two influential players. Because to take them two players out of the team, it's a hard thing to take for that sort of a team. And as well as that, they came up against a very tough test of the Dare last week. And to have a 7-day turnaround after club celebrations, anything like that, it would have been tough for them. And to make it a contest the way they did, credit has to go to them. But the main score in the game, I thought, was Peter McGarry's goal. If you didn't watch it on the stream sport, you definitely should. It was taken just inside the 45-metre line. He takes on, I think, 3 or 4 Newcastlewest players and places it beyond the Newcastlewest goalkeeper. It was an incredible goal. And by then, it was game, set and match. I think it was 2-5 to 5 points at that point. And they just couldn't come back into the game after that. But Clonmel, they're a serious team. They are. When you look at the players that they have, Sean O'Connor, Michael Quinlivan, Pádraig Loram, the Kennedy brothers, obviously Seamus, incredible leader to have in that team. Obviously, experience from Tipperary hurling. You look at Conal Kennedy, Coleman Kennedy, Michael O'Reilly. Those are sorts of inter-county players that you need in the team. Peter McGarry is another good player as well. Ross Peters is another good club player. Kevin Fahey's another one, wing back. So they're very, very good players all over the pitch, and they definitely will challenge Dingle the next game. And worth noting as well, that Dingle game is on in Semple Stadium. So Clonmel will definitely fancy their chances in causing a surprise there against a decent enough Dingle team with the likes of the Gainey brothers. So, yeah, Clonmel, they march on now, but Newcastlewest, I think, should feel very proud of their efforts. And maybe if the Limerick final was scheduled at a different time, or maybe if this game was scheduled at a different time than what it was, then maybe it could have been a different story.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point, because to have a victory and to have the celebrations in the club and everything like that, it is a difficult thing to have a 7-day turnaround and get your head back in the game and get focused again against the Clonmel side, who have had time to be focused and to be ready for this game. So I think there is a sweet spot there when it comes to, the timings for these games. But anyway, so they got this victory. Newcastlewest, obviously, without Ian Corbett, without, Cian Sheehan, they are, in my opinion, their two best players, to be honest. So it is a harsh one for them to be without those two. Clonmel Commercials, on the other hand, I do agree. And look, coming up against Dingle in the semi-final, especially a Dingle side who've had their confidence absolutely rattled by getting thumped by Mid-Kerry in the Kerry County Championship, that maybe has planted a seed of doubt in their confidence going into this game, whereas Clonmel Commercials are on a high. So it's definitely one to watch out for. And a massive congratulations to Clonmel for getting revenge for last year's defeat against Newcastlewest. Now, this is the game which you are keeping an eye on the weekend. Obviously, the team flying the flag for Cork. Castlehaven beat Cratloe by 112 to 11 points after extra time in this game. Obviously, Colm Collins involved in the backroom team there with Cratloe, but it was Castlehaven who got the all-important victory here. The crucial score, obviously the goal, that came from... apologies here. The goal came from Robbie Minahan. Robbie Minahan provided the goal, and obviously key scores as well. Michael Hurley, Mark Collins looked to have hit the winner for Castlehaven in normal time, and the boys hit the equaliser with the outside of the boot shot. In extra time, Castlehaven pushed on and got the victory, and they are moving on to the Munster Club Football semi-finals, where they will play Rathgormack.
Yeah, and it probably wasn't the most vintage display from Castlehaven. I was actually at this game, and yeah, it was a frustrating game to watch, really. The first half was very, very poor. 4 points apiece. Castlehaven took a while to get going. Jack Hallan scored 2 points. I think it was Clonmel Hanlon got 2 points in the first half for Cratloe. It was a very good performance from him in particular. And Podge Collins was very quiet in this game. And I thought he'd be probably the main player for this Cratloe team, but it didn't probably prove that way. Tommy Rooney was dropped for this game. I'm not sure why from midfield. Conor Ryan came in his place, but Dermot Ryan, the clear hurler, had a very good game as well from midfield. But Cratloe's plan was really to sit back, to try and conserve something, and to try and go out on the break. And I think they executed that plan brilliantly in the first half and the second half in particular. It wasn't great to watch. I'll put it blindly, it wasn't a great game to watch whatsoever. And Castlehaven definitely contributed to that. There's 2 games now in a row where the game was very, very poor. But then again, James McCarthy mentioned the Castlehaven manager on the Echo Live that he doesn't care how they win games. It's the way football's gone nowadays. He basically echoed Paul O'Donovan, the Nemo manager's comments, which I thought was quite bizarre. But look, if Castlehaven believes that is the way to go, that's the way to go, to go on and win games like this. But I think I said it to someone who was at the game with in the crowd. He was beside me. I was saying to him, a goal would be crucial in this game because it would just open up gaps. And Robbie Minahan, in fairness, got that goal in extra time. Well-needed goal. And eventually, Cratloe started to open up. Castlehaven could have got another 2 or 3 goals after that moment, but they sort of fist them over for points. Probably the right move in fairness to them. Jamie O'Driscoll got 1 and Brian Hurley got another. Brian Hurley was very good yesterday, in fairness. 7 points, 4 from play. I think he hit nearly all of his shots over the bar. He hit 1 in particular near the 45-metre line, which was an incredible score. Mark Collins, obviously experienced. But fair play to Cratloe for staying as long as they did into the game. But Castlehaven march on into a game against Rathcormac. I think they'll probably get over Rathcormac, let's be honest. But the way they're performing at the moment, if they are to face Tom Miller Dingle, then I could probably worry for them once it gets that game.
Yeah, no, but I feel like on top of that, look, the Munster Championship last year is crazy. People taking scalps left, right, and centre. I feel like if Castlehaven get to the final, I feel like that's a once-off game. I feel like no matter how bad that they've played, no matter how they've got there, they've got there. And I do back them to beat Rathcormac in that semi-final, which then tees them up for a final against either Clonmel or Dingle. And I think they'll fancy the chances going into that. And I think maybe, just maybe, they might win the Munster Championship. And then they'd be into the semi-final against, the winner from Connacht. So they're avoiding Glen, Kilmacud, Crokes, Scottstown. Like, there's a potential path there for Castlehaven to go quite far. But knowing that a lot of teams on that side of the draw will have perked up the minute that they've seen, of course, that there's the big fish that aren't there, that were there in years gone by.